Hey guys, Mike here from Binya Outdoors. Today we are breaking down some, I guess you could call it, new water. The funny part about this place is it's actually not really new water. This is a local lake that I grew up fishing. It is a lake that I have a little bit of experience ice fishing and fishing for trout, but I have zero experience fishing for bass here. So I decided that having a little bit of experience knowing where fish are during the winter is going to help me, but for the sake of this video, what I want to try to do is show you how I break down a new body of water, what I look for, what I rig, that kind of thing, kind of talk about that before I start fishing. So the first thing I'm going to try here is the old Ned rig. This is a rig that I do not use a lot, to be honest. It's kind of a new setup to me, but everybody catches fish on it, and I feel like it's something I've got to learn, so we're going to try that. The next thing we're going to be using is a tried and true bait for me, the Keitech Easy Shiner, with a belly-weighted owner twist lock hook. This is something that's kind of a staple for me on every body of water, but especially on places that have more finicky fish. And honestly, it's just very, very unthreatening, so it's a bait that works really, really well. The next thing I have tied on is, again, another tried and true, a pitching flipping jig. And I'm actually, as I'm talking, getting unpacked. It just got out on the water, but we're going to be using that with a chigger craw on it. That's going to be what I use to pick things apart. So those are kind of my search baits, and they are a little bit of a, let's say, opening lineup for what I'm going to try. Today I'm probably going to be doing a lot of junk fishing, trying to break down water, figure out what the pattern is, and then really isolate that pattern. Now the next thing I'm going to try doing for more reaction style, we're going to use a lipless. We're probably going to yo-yo it, probably do a straight retrieve. There's going to be a bunch of different things we can do with that lipless to help cover water and really be prepared for when we locate those fish. One of the last things we're going to try is a chatterbait. This is something that I don't have tied on right now, but I've actually been doing really good this year on the chatterbait so far. I have a feeling, and you can quote me at the end of the year I'm wrong, then call me out in the comments, but this is going to be the year of the chatterbait. I really truly believe that. I think this is going to be a year that the chatterbait truly shines here in Vermont, and because of that, I've actually been making some of my own using Queen Tackle switchblades. I said switch jig, but so a switchblade is kind of a cool thing. It is a bait modifier, let's say. So this is a regular jig, but I put that blade on there to try and make a chatterbait out of a bait that's just a regular jig. My main reason for that is because this jig's a little bit heavier, and I wanted to get down a little deeper. I kind of want to work the bottom with it, and that allows me to do so because I can make my own kind of custom weighted baits, and also these tend to be a little bit more compact than your standard chatterbait, which helps a lot as well. So that's what we're going to start with today. We're going to work our way into a bay that's right behind me. I'm going to kind of talk my way through what I'm targeting, why I'm targeting it, the depths, everything throughout the video. So if you're interested in how to break down new water, this is the video, and you're going to want to stay tuned. So what I do first is I always start out in a little bit deeper water than I intend to actually fish. And the reason for that is because I really want to give myself time to start out with a game plan. And I think that's probably the most important part, probably the most important point that I can provide when it comes to breaking down new water is have a game plan. Now granted, I have a very broad game plan. I have a lot of different baits, but the reason for that is because I'm trying to locate fish. So I'm doing my best to figure out the pattern so that I can then narrow it down and work that through. Now, do I want to fish in 47 feet of water? Absolutely not. I want to be in about 13. But I'm starting in this 47-foot stuff, and I'm actually going to work my way to the shoreline Once I start to see that bottom start to come up to meet me, then I'm going to cut around. I'm going to work the shoreline all the way around this little bay up here. After I get around that bay, I'm going to then fish the middle, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to bail and I'm going to go find another location. This particular area, like I said, normally I would be saying I don't have any background, so I don't know what's here. I do have the advantage of having fished this particular bay in the wintertime, and I do know it's fairly shallow, but I also know that because I did a little map study, which is another point of breaking down new bodies of water that I want to bring up. You always want to try to find a topographical map of the body of water. Most fish and game departments have these on their website. They tell you how deep bodies of water are. They tell you roughly how that water is going to lay out, where there's different depth changes, things like that. You're still going to have to rely on your charts a little bit, your maps. You're going to have to rely on your fish finder to really find the fish, but it gives you a good idea of where to start. You don't want to start in 100 feet of water. You want to start in shallow or 30, 40 feet of water before you start really trying to do the offshore thing, at least in Vermont. So what I'm doing is just that, breaking things down, taking my time, locating fish, and once I've gotten that dialed in, then we will go from there. That was a fish. Got one on. There's one. Oh yeah. Very aerobatic little guy. That is a rainbow. No shit. Wow. Check that out. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, little guy. Oh, there we go. Another fish on. Not the kind I want, but another big fish, but fortunately wrong species. Got my phone. Where is my phone? Come on. Oh, no, don't go that way. Come on, baby. Come here. Nope. Come here. On the good old chatterbait. Check that out, guys. Yep. Chatterbait. Green pumpkin chatterbait. Alright, I'm going to end the video right here. I am actually just kind of trolling my way up through here. I did manage to get 3 in the boat. One pike I caught on that lipless, which was a pretty decent sized pike. I did get the 1 bass on the chatterbait, so total of 3 fish. I want 3 for 4. I did lose the 1 on the jig really close to the boat. I'm really disappointed about that. I would have liked to have put a jig fish in the boat this year, but that's fishing. So I want to thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for making it this far into the video. I really appreciate you taking time to watch my video. For now, the wind is blowing, it's getting cold, and it is time for me to go under power and get the heck out of here.